I actually started my real estate career in Wuhan, China, managing in hostels out there. So I came up with a wild, crazy hostel idea. And then I came back to my neighborhood, and I grew up in the hood in the less fortunate community, and I came back and brought it back. So that is originally how I started my real estate career, and I've been uplifting as we climb ever since. So I started there and now I'm here. So started from the bottom, now we're here.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm your host, Micah Johnson, and today I'm joined by Caleb Keys, who's been making some serious moves in real estate investing for the last 7 years. Caleb, welcome in, man. Glad to have you.
Hey, how's it going, my guy? How you doing today? Hailing all the way from Indianapolis, Indiana today.
Love that, man. I'm doing well. I'm glad to have you. Coming at you from St. Augustine, Florida here. I'm pumped for our call today, man. In our pre-recording, you spent the last 7 years building a few significant businesses here. The way you go about it, the mindset behind it, the education you give out, man, I love what you're doing. So I'm excited to dig into it. So for folks who may not know you yet, tell us, what's your main focus right now? And then you just mentioned you're in Indianapolis. Is that the main market that you're operating in?
Yes. So, everybody, hello. Welcome to the podcast. My name is Caleb Keys. I am a international and local United States real estate investor, licensed general contractor, and also realtor in the Midwest, specifically located in Indianapolis, Indiana. I've been inside of the game of real estate for the last 7 years. I actually started my real estate career in Wuhan, China, managing in hostels out there. So I came up with a wild, crazy hostel idea. And then I came back to my neighborhood, and I grew up in the hood in the less fortunate community, and I came back and brought it back. So that is originally how I started my real estate career, and I've been uplifting as we climb ever since. So I started there and now I'm here. So started from the bottom, now we're here.
Man. Okay, I got to stop you. Hostels in China. How in the world did you end up doing that?
So actually, man, it's crazy story. My freshman year, one of my guys, I did an internship in China. He spoke Mandarin full blown. He lived on my floor freshman year. Didn't even know this, right? So we were cool and stuff like that. And he came back my sophomore year. He said, "Hey, Keys, I got this opportunity for you. I know you want to go to China very bad. They'll pay for everything. Only thing you need to do is get your flight over there." And I'm like, "No way." He said, "But it's not typically what you would think is going to be, right?" So he's like, "I'm sending you over there to teach English, but I know the type of individual who you are. You're going to make something out of nothing, right?" So when I went over there to
Right.
teach English my sophomore year, my homestay, look at how God works. My homestay owned hostels. Look at
Mm,
I didn't have no knowledge of real estate, right? He came in, he owned Hostels. So when I came there, I get to China and I'm starting to realize that everything they pay double if it's American.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Right? So not even just saying, hey, this is a foreign, this is exported to them. No, like anything that is American that is attached to it, they pay double for it. So I'll give you an example. As I'm teaching English, the parents ask me specifically to side tutor for them. This is how it happens. So I'm like, okay, well, they asked me and said, hey, I will pay you double. Well, mind you, I had other teachers with me. My other teachers, they could all speak English, but they didn't have the American accent. That was identifier number one. Identifier number two, I walked around and I said, well, I'm noticing that clothing, our phones, everything is copied to a T. And they are, if it was an iPhone from Apple, it was double the charge, right? So I'm
Mm,
like,
right.
that makes sense. So now you guys are just trying to, anything that's American, I want in on it. So then I came back. I went to a hostel, another hostel to go travel into a different city for a weekend, and we went to an international hostel. While I was in that hostel, the Chinese people that lived in that city said, we just come here to stay on the weekends. And I'm like, so this is your fun? Like, we go out in America, we go out, we have fun, go out to the club and stuff. For them, theirs is education. So they came to this hostel just to practice with foreigners on their English. So I put all this in my head. I'm starting to think. And here was the icing on the cake. As I went back to my homestay, I'm starting to brainstorm. And he comes up, he said, man, after you guys leave, I kind of have time struggling during the downtime when it's not peak season. So I'm like, why do you have a time when it's not peak season? He's like, well, students aren't traveling, people aren't traveling, so people aren't coming to stay in these hotels. So I'm like, so what if I got an idea. So they pay double for everything that they have over here. People want to be around Americans. So let's do this. I said, let's come up with the idea. We designed all the rooms like 5 American cities. So you got the experience that if you were to come to America and visit those cities, you got the experience without actually coming to America. So we had San
Gotcha.
Francisco, Chicago, New York, Dallas, and Miami. So you got the wallpaper, the sports teams, the what to do, what type of things that you should go and see. All this was happening when I organized this. So I'm like, people, this is gonna bring a tremendous influx of people regardless, right? So
Right.
that was an idea I did from my sophomore. I came up with it. It ran from my junior year of college until I was a senior. I graduated it. I graduated 2017 and went back to China until 2019. And then we ended up getting an offer to sell the business off. Yeah. And
Wow.
so my homestay, he was older. So I told him, I'm like, we're probably not gonna get this opportunity again, for him to be able to buy land in China, right? Because he didn't have, in China it's all political, so you can't buy land how we can here. So he had that opportunity. I'm like, you take this, I'm gonna go back to America and I'm gonna go buy my land in my neighborhood
Right.
and do the same thing, right? So that's how I got started with the hosteling inside of China. Major shout out to Lao Chin. Shout out to my My guy Austin Babb, man, if you ever watch this, you are the reason why I am where I am today. So
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
man, it was a
I love
phenomenal
that,
journey
man.
and something. Yeah, I wouldn't change it for the world, man.
So no thoughts of real estate before that experience.
I always had this thought of real estate, but it was to build wealth, right? So any mentor that I've had, I grew up in a single parent household, and so I had a lot of male figures inside of my life. And so they would always shape me. The number one way you need to build or how you establish wealth, not being rich, but wealth, there's a difference, is to establish it with real estate. Whether if you're buying a house, whether if you're doing an investment, whatever the case may be, with real estate is the way that you're going to build generational wealth or become wealthy in general. So that was just my thought process. And I always I was a people person. So it was easy for me. I, I ran a consulting business inside of college. So for me, I love to solve problems. Hey, you told me that you got a problem with slowing down. Okay, how can I bring more people into it? What do they want to see? What do they want to know? And from the Chinese culture, they're very they're very straightforward, very strict, very studious. And so what may appear to be fun to us over here is not fun to them. So just taking
Mm,
advantage and seeing that opportunity, like, okay, well, I see that they would rather go and be together at a hostel and spend that same money that they would spend going out and having fun, but they're spending it to be together and also collaborate and practice on their skills.
yeah. Yeah. It's fascinating, man. I love it when that's what I do enjoy about real estate is how much life experience fits into it. Like we all need homes. We all like in the end, every human being interacts with a home. So any life experience that you have can connect with people in the industry, no matter which section that you're in, because it's a human thing. It's not anything else.
Yeah.
It's a human connection beyond the
Yep.
math. Real estate is a people business. Like it's two different things. Yes, there's the math part. It has to be a deal, but I can show you great numbers. And if you have no idea how to talk to that seller, doesn't matter. You don't have a deal
Yeah.
at all. You just got hope.
Yep, you just got hope, man. So that's the thing about real estate is one big thing that I've always been told is it's a long game and you have to understand people. That's it.
Mm,
Relationships matter. Somebody will sell you a deal versus selling him a deal just because of the relationship they have, you know. So I think the opportunity inside of real estate I saw financial freedom, but I also saw the opportunity to build and make something nice, right? Take something that was ran down, that was ugly, that didn't look good, nobody wanted it, and make it into something that somebody wants and they prize and cherish. So,
love that, man. And it's one of my favorite things about flippers because real estate's very personality driven. Like
no, you,
it's a big umbrella. You can find yourself in all different kinds of niches, but you can find yourself in things that you don't enjoy doing too. However, one of the things I've noticed about fix and flippers that gives them sustainability and that just the ability to stay long enough to get the most out is what you just described. They like bringing things back to life. Like that does it for them. The money's good, that's great,
yep,
but they like taking that project. They don't mind managing people and the contractors and all the things because it does it for them emotionally to bring that thing back to life. And it's super special, man, because I've done one fix and flip and it was not my thing. I realized that's not the part of the process that I enjoy the most. Um, and I struggle with, I'm not good at being inside a place and seeing it for what it can be. That's
Let's
not my
see.
gift either.
Yeah,
So it's like understanding again what you're good at inside of real estate, because it really does matter, especially when it comes to that final product.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
You know, we were talking a little
yeah,
bit about affordability earlier, and that's the big buzzword right now. But affordability does not mean cheap. That is not the same thing, right? Quality of product is all the way across the board. Affordability does not mean cheap. And still, to build something affordable requires you to be highly skilled, requires you to still have everything you need in your tool belt
yeah,
to be successful. What really is the difference is that heart behind it, that desire to build that quality product, to put your name on it, especially when you're doing it in your backyard, right? I love the fact that you're back home, you're where you're doing it. Real estate investors in their hometowns, it's like the most heartwarming story to me, because you're literally revitalizing your hometown in a visual way, right? A lot of people do a lot of good community service their whole life, but you never can really see a whole lot of it. But real estate investors, you can see it. You can literally drive around and show
yeah,
your kids, hey, I did that. I did that over there,
yeah,
this over here,
yeah.
right? There's like pride to it. I love it.
Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Does it for me, man. Being able to go and see that I'm help beautifying the neighborhood and bringing something that everybody used to overlook or nobody really wanted, and now driving people to want to move over there, to want to uh help with the programs that are going over there, to shed the light on the taxes that get pushed to the school system to make the schools better. Because that was one reason about myself is I had an opportunity to go to a township school instead of going to public. And my biggest thing was, no, I don't want to cheat the system and say, hey, here's my address and I stay over at my cousin's house. I want to tell everybody I made it out of Indiana public school systems, which nobody would think that you can, and one of the worst high schools at that. So it's like, um, you have to understand the why behind your story and why do you want to do it. So that is one big thing is I get to go back and say, look, I did this. I helped, put this street. I helped put these individuals. I did this house over. So yeah, man, it does. It gives it back. But I said,
I
I know
love that.
you said one and done for you, huh?
Yeah. On the flips part, man, on the flips part, I love real estate. Land's one of my favorite things to mess with. I'm not saying I'll never do it again. I'm just saying it's not my main thing that I enjoy doing.
So Micah,
But I love that.
yeah, what
What
do
were we
you
saying?
primarily invest in?
Land is my main thing. That is what I enjoy. So I grew up farming here in Florida. I've done a lot of properties, sold somewhere about 1,000 houses in like my moving, hustling career days. But it got to the point where my ability to care was changing. My conversations with homeowners and things was changing, where it was sucking the life out of me, right? It wasn't doing, I couldn't actually care anymore. And if I can't care, then I'm not just going to take from you, even because I know how to do it. Like I got a rule there, very hard stop. And that's where I've shifted back to, okay, I grew up farming and a lot of land, how to use it. So I'm currently in studying phase, honestly, about how to acquire large tracts of land and then make it cash flow using different strategies, whether that's renting it to farmers, putting pine trees on it for the short term and long term. That's where I'm studying, man. And again, it's fun because I've been in it 14 years and I just got to bounce along. Find that thing that does it for you, log into it, and it'll keep feeding you. Again, that's what I love about real estate. It's big. It has room for growth. You can find yourself in it. Yeah, man, absolutely. So
Yeah,
you do
man,
some
a lot of
work with
that.
schools too. What I've noticed about your stories behind it, you have the heart to teach too, education and letting people know what's going on. Even where the main thing you said you wanted folks to take away from this is learn and take action. Tell us a little bit about how you do work in the community. And for someone listening to this, let's say they're on the fence, not sure how to get started. What's that thing you would want them to know to get them in the game?
The biggest thing I will say is you can use, there's two ways to answer this question, right? You have, when I first started the game of real estate, everything that I've learned thus far is from trial and error. So I just went out there, I put my head first, and I just went to go do it, right? However, now that I look back on it, there are a couple of things that I wish I had knowledge on that I could have done better. So, for example, getting in different peer groups and understanding and getting involved in those. And so we'll talk about that later, but being around the people who are inside of your realm to gain wisdom and gain experience. So I will say I've gotten thus far, uh, thus fast because of listening to wisdom, right? So I have a good mentor. Shout out to David Hayes, man, has always taught me about the financial literacy aspect, right? And so when I first came into real estate, I didn't know how to get loans. I was coming fresh over from China, didn't have W-2s, and before that, I was in college, so I didn't have a job, right? But I had the capital to be able to invest. So learning how to deploy your capital, right? And knowing how to leverage it. So instead of me buying my property outright, I could have took that, got a hard money loan, that would have cost me a sliver of what I had, and then I would have been using somebody else's money, and I could have bought 3, 4 other projects at that time. Now, do I recommend doing that until you get your components together? No, right? But now looking back, that is one big thing, that financial literacy aspect, that I wish I would have had. Another thing is you can learn from YouTube, but being on YouTube all day doesn't actually do the action of it. So you can learn, you can study. You're going to have to make your first mistake. You're going to have to take your first lesson. Anybody would tell you, if they not telling you that they didn't lose money on their first deal as a real estate individual or a real estate investor, they're not telling you the truth, right? But my first real estate deal helped me to where I am today. My first deal, I did it all the way down to the studs, and I did a 20 by 20 add on. So not only
You
did
went
I
for it.
basically build another house, I basically built another house. I had a poor foundation and do that stuff for the add on, frame, roof, siding, gutters, everything for the add on. And inside the house, I took down the walls all the way complete gut, right? So I basically rebuilt the house. So in that manner, I then gained the network, right? So I became the contractor. I became the realtor. So when I hired the first group of contractors, I learned very quickly those are the most important people to your point of game. If they're bad, get them out quickly. So I had a partner on my first go around. I kept telling him. Now, my first contractor was my uncle. Did he know how to do the work? Oh, yeah. But did he move on his own time? Oh, yeah, he did. Right? So that's a prime example of don't don't hire your family because you know they know how to do the work. Don't just listen to anybody because they give you a number, right? He told me he can get it done. I believe it was like 60 grand back then. I should have knew that it was like 100 grand because I'm building basically a new house, right? So that was one big thing that I would suggest to people is like, hey, build your team, build your network. Don't be so fast to rush and get there, and take your time with it, right? Because I know for me, after I did my first flip, I took off. I started banging them out. Why? Because I took the good crews and I created a contracting company. So that way I can control the speed of the work and the quality of work, right? And then I
Boom.
became the realtor, so I can do what? Find my own properties, buy my own properties, and sell my own property, right? So monopolize it and figure out different streams of revenue in this one lane of what we call real estate, ultimately, right? And so, Micah, you were talking about this earlier. It's like, hey, I went from this field inside of real estate and now I'm over here, right? But real estate has a such a big realm um that people don't even know about, you know? So
Right.
that's what I was.
Right. I love that, man. It's so true too. And I will second the fact of find mentors, find people actually doing the business, right? YouTube's helpful, but you can't ask it questions, and work with people who are doing this. And it's not just about the knowledge that you get from them. It's how they make you go into action. It's hard not to take action when you surround yourself with action takers. That was a huge life-changing moment for me when I got into my first group. When you surround yourself with action takers, you take action. You can't help but do it. It's why they always say, your circle, the 5 people you hang out with the most are the most important. What are they doing? If they don't do anything, you're not doing anything. It really
Yeah.
is true.
Yep.
And that is step one in real estate, education. I couldn't agree with you more. Learn. Making an offer is about step 10 or further in. It is not what you're doing first. There's so much before that where you can set your life and success up from people like us who've learned. We've walked the road. We're not just making it up. Like these are life earned lessons where you can cut off years and make way more money by listening to wisdom, like you've been saying. Real estate's not a mystery.
Absolutely.
People have been successful at it for a century now or more, right? It's
Woo!
how do you how do you build the process? And like you were saying, what are you building? If you don't know what you're building, you have no idea what to build. You're just making stuff up, and hope's not a strategy.
Yeah. Yeah, and I completely agree, man. I think another thing is, one thing that I tell people is making sure the people that you are learning from are accredited and they're not trying to charge you X amount of money for wisdom that they're not even doing, right? We have seen this from everybody starting in 2020, 2021 to the people who are no longer doing podcasts or doing stuff like Micah. Micah's still here. As you can still see, Investor Fuel is still around doing what they're supposed to do. You will see that a lot of these podcasts are not around. No shade to anybody, but understanding, are these people really in it to help the people and educate people, or are they just trying to make a quick fast buck, right? Understanding who you're learning from. Can they show you this? Can they actually show you property that they are walking into right now? Not showing you a Ferrari that they're driving down the street. Or I got this news Rolls Royce selling you our lifestyle marketing. Do you go on their Instagram photo and do you see on their social media? Are they at their property? Are they at a work site? Do they got their boots on? Are they in the field? Real deal. You know, those are the type of people you want to learn from, not somebody who's saying, "Yeah, give me 5 grand and I'll teach you," and then they can't even
Exactly.
show you a project.
Exactly. Yeah, and named it. Our particular time period we just lived through created a lot of gurus who got great at selling courses and are terrible at real estate. And if you're working with a coach and they are not actively doing real estate, then they cannot teach you anything. And that's no offense to them. Real estate changes too fast. If you are not actively doing it, there's a reason I don't coach single family real estate investors. I don't run a business that does it every day anymore. That's not what I'm doing. So why do I don't have the right to tell you, even if I know a lot, I'm not going to tell you because I'm not doing it day in, day out, boots on the ground, know what's going on, because that's who can teach you. That's the one you want to learn from, like you're saying, because they actually have something to say. They're not they're not living and dying on the fact that they need to sell that course. And the ones that typically create courses that are really good at it, they have that teaching heart. They got good at real estate and they
Yeah.
just naturally have that heart to teach people and they want to share. And it usually wasn't a goal to start a coaching company. It was just so many people started asking. They're like, okay, I got to charge for
Asking
this. My time is too important. Right. Like it's this natural byproduct of being awesome. It's not like this second thing that you're going after. And I'm with you, man. I get hyped up about it, but learn from people that are doing it. Don't take their opinion. One of my favorite books is The Richest Man in Babylon. Don't get opinion on Jules from the Brickmaker, right? Talk to people
man.
actually doing what you're doing.
Man, I will tell you so much, brother. That is the number one struggle, and I think that is the reason why the market is the way it is right now. Like so much high inventory is because you have these gurus that are teaching these people, right? And the people aren't really learning the most important pieces of the real estate equation, like contractors. You need to have your that's the first thing that you need to have all the way together before you start any project, because the contractor costs you money in several ways: timelines, delays, having to repay for work. That's the big equation that you barely hear real estate gurus talk about. But you get these individuals who take their course, they go buy their first property, but then they find out they got to go through 3 4 contractors, instead of. And matter of fact, I'm gonna drop a gem for you guys since y'all tuned in.
Enough.
The best way to find a license or a contractor that's really doing work in the field, there's several ways. Yes, you can go to your Facebook groups, right? That's the novice way. Yes, you can go ahead and go to the meetups. That's the novice way. But going to your city website, going to see who is actually pulling the permits on there, and you can develop a solid team. Now, some people are going to be expensive, some people are going to be moderate price, but here's the thing: if you can understand and they understand the difference between a homeowner and an investor pricing, they know that, right? A plumber knows that, an electrician knows that, a HVAC, a framer, they know this. So understanding that you can go onto these websites and get the quality that you want, and you just have to do the explanation. Hey, I'm an investor, I'm not your regular homeowner. Once they hear that, they understand, okay, my price difference has to have a difference, right? And that's how a way that you're going to find the quality without having to worry about, do I got to double pay for this work? Go and get 3 4 people off of those lists. That way you know that they're doing their work up to code, right? Because they have to get it checked by the city people. So you know that they're doing their work correctly, that they have a license and bond, because they wouldn't be able to have a license if they didn't have the insurance and all of the stuff that you got to cut out without asking those questions as a novice investor. You just go do that simple thing, you'll be able to find it. Now, are they going to be on your budget? That's where you're going to have to figure out on your own. But you know, that's a major gem that a lot of these gurus don't talk about and don't tell people, you know.
So true. So true, man. Thanks for sharing that with us. I've really enjoyed our conversation today, Caleb, man. You starting in China with hostels to bringing that idea back, creating what you have today, multiple businesses going, working with folks. So for those out there listening and watching that'd be interested in learning more about you, following along what you have going on, what's the best way for them to find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Caleb Keys. You can find me also on LinkedIn at Caleb Keys. If you want to follow me on Instagram, CEO_Keys. And so I'm the vice president for Earn Your Leisure University, and Earn Your Leisure is a financial literacy platform. You can tune in, find us on YouTube or the university at EYLU, but it's a financial literacy platform that's not just about real estate, but for a total about how to build and create generational wealth. So, if you want to learn about stocks, if you want to learn about investing, if you want to learn health and wellness, networking, AI, what is AI, even how to work on it. This platform 8 p.m. every Monday on YouTube. And we go over stuff like this for free, you know, and these are guys that care about the community, that care about people's well-being, that isn't asking for money. They're making everybody money, which is the funny part about it, is that they're making everybody money by and not asking for none, right? So that's the thing that I love about it.
Win-win, man. Come on, that's good.
Yeah, yes,
I
sir.
appreciate you sharing that. For those listening and watching, check our show notes. We're gonna have all Caleb's social media links there. Like I always say, when we bring a professional on that's truly good at what they do, check them out. Follow along with them. There's a reason we find high quality people and bring them on the show. It's the story we're trying to share, the real side of real estate, the everyday, day in, day out. Can it be this glorious life? 100%. But that is built by getting the little things done each day. So Caleb, thanks again for being with us, man. Enjoyed our time. Thanks everybody for watching, following along with us here. If you got value out of today's episode, please like this episode, share it with someone else you think could get value out of it. As always, please don't forget to subscribe. We appreciate every single one of you that follows along with us out there. We've got more conversations coming up with operators just like Caleb out there building a real business in the industry. Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you all in the next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.